Imagine this. Dawn breaks. Light streams into a gilded chamber, illuminating the glint of a razor's edge. The sharp buzz of a barber's blade fills the air, but it's followed by a chilling silence. The barber has just finished his job, and now the king's guards are leading him away to his execution. This wasn't some dark fairy tale. This was the terrifying reality under Shah Suleiman I, who ruled the Persian Empire from 1666 to 1694. From his magnificent peacock throne in Isfahan, he presided over a court dripping with opulence. But beneath all the gold and silk, a brutal paranoia was taking root. Shah Suleiman inherited a vast empire, but also a deep-seated fear of betrayal. His suspicion grew like a cancer, consuming everyone around him, nobles, courtiers, even his own family. His mind was a labyrinth of imagined plots. This fear twisted the most ordinary routines into deadly rituals. The simple act of a morning shave became a life-or-death gamble. One chronicler gives us a chilling example. In 1679, Suleiman ordered his minister, Sheikh Ali, to shave his beard. The Shah despised Georgians and wanted his minister to look like one. But the shave wasn't perfectly clean. The result? The barber who performed the shave was executed. Just like that. This single event casts a long, dark shadow, giving rise to the legend of the barber who was executed every morning. Now, historians debate whether it was a literal, daily occurrence. That might be a dramatic exaggeration. But the pattern of extreme, unpredictable cruelty is undeniable. What is certain is that the barber's chair in the royal palace became the most dangerous seat in the entire empire. Think about it. Each morning, a new barber would be called into the Shah's inner sanctum. His task was to shave the king, massage his face, and adjust his turban. But with every stroke of the razor, he knew that the slightest mistake, a tiny nick, a patch of stubble left behind, could be his last. He wasn't just a groomer. He was a man walking a tightrope over a pit of fire. Why would a king enforce such a reign of terror? There are a few theories. First, it was an extreme display of symbolic dominance. By controlling the man who held a blade to his throat, the Shah was asserting his absolute power over life and death, over his own body and image. It sent a clear message: I am untouchable. Second, it was a preemptive strike against any potential threat. In a court culture rife with conspiracies and whispered secrets, even a humble barber could overhear something. A piece of gossip, a name, a plan. By eliminating them, Suleiman was trying to silence any potential leaks before they even started. His paranoia demanded it, and finally it became a dark ritual. The morning shave and the potential execution became two sides of the same coin. A daily performance of power that isolated the king further and further. Fear became his only companion. His world shrank until it was just him and his terrifying reflection in the mirror. The atmosphere in Suleiman's court was suffocating. Every gesture, every word was scrutinized for hidden meaning. Allies became suspects. The situation grew so dire that, as one historian notes, courtiers would invent excuses to leave the palace, claiming they were going on a pilgrimage to Mecca, just to escape the daily dread. The palace corridors would have been filled with an unbearable tension. Torches flickering on stone walls, eunuchs and servants tiptoeing in silence, everyone holding their breath. Imagine the scene. The barber's hand, possibly trembling, gliding the razor across the Shah's cheek. The court is silent, listening for the slightest sound. And just outside the ornate doors, guards wait. Was this the morning the razor would slip? Or the morning the shave would be deemed imperfect? And then, the sound of footsteps, a body being dragged away, a life extinguished before the sun was high in the sky. This cruelty wasn't limited to the household staff. Suleiman's paranoia knew no bounds. Records from the time mention dozens of nobles being exiled or executed. The king, who feared betrayal from everyone, ended up destroying his own family. By the 1690s, the weight of Suleiman's tyranny was crushing the empire. A court saturated with fear cannot be effective. Weak leadership at the top led to the erosion of central power. When Suleiman died in 1694, his successor inherited not just a crown, but a kingdom fractured by terror and instability. Looking back, historians see Suleiman's reign as a period of steep decline. The king's obsession with controlling the most intimate ritual, the shave, became a symbol for his broader loss of legitimate rule. The barber's chair, a place of grooming and trust, was transformed into a throne of dread. So what's the lesson here? It's a stark reminder that when a ruler's power becomes inseparable from terror, the entire system begins to decay from within. The king who held a razor to his kingdom's throat, figuratively speaking, ended up cutting away the very foundations of his own power. Trust is the bedrock of any stable society, and once it's gone, even the sharpest blade can't protect you. The story of the king who executed his barber is more than just a gruesome tale of cruelty. It's a profound cautionary tale. It shows how fear can become a weapon that ultimately turns on its wielder. So the next time you look in the mirror during your morning routine, take a moment to consider the stories hidden behind our reflections. Stories of power, fear, and the human cost of absolute authority. Thanks for watching. If this story about Shah Suleiman and his deadly morning ritual fascinated you, please hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the most compelling chapters of history. We'll see you in the next one.